of Pandef and Ijaw leader Edwin Clark that described him as a man of unwavering dedication to justice and fairness, adding that his legacy of courage and service would continue to inspire generations. Senior reporter Ademola Lawrence has more.
For the life your son lived.
Born on the 25th of May 1927, Edwin Clark, a Ijaw leader and politician from Delta State, worked with the administrations of the military governor Samuel Ogbemodia and head of state General Yakubu Gowon between 1966 and 1975. In 1966, he was appointed Federal Commissioner for Information. Mr. Clark's involvement in political process began during the pre-independence period. He is regarded as the Ijaw leader with a strong voice in the Nigerian political space. After his death, friends, family, and political associates condoled with his family here in Abuja.
He has always preached equality before the law. People should be treated equal. He has preached that principle of rule of law, where everybody should be treated equal, where no man should be made a second-class citizen to the other person.
One person cannot step into his shoes, but lots of us will do whatever we can to ensure that the restructuring agenda which he started continues and succeeds.
The question that comes to our mind in a period like this is, do we still have the likes of Edwin Clark in the Ijaw nation? Are there going to be fearless leaders that will speak the position of the Ijaw people?
His stance on restructuring Nigeria can't be overemphasized, with many describing him as a man who stood for justice and fairness.
A terrible wind has taken down biggest Iroquois in the forest. But the forest still goes on. Young trees will grow and mature and hopefully carry on with all the good fights. The fight to ensure that we have a Nigeria that is properly restructured, a Nigeria that is federal, not only in name, a Nigeria where everyone will be equal.
With the death of this foremost leader of Ijaw Nation and Niger Delta, what happens to the idealistic movement of having a restructured Nigeria, which we bettered over 50 years ago? Ademola Lawrence, TVC News, Abuja.
Let's bring in the Niger Delta leader, Ankyo Briggs, for more on this development. Thanks for joining us on TVC News at 10. We've heard a lot about the personality of Edwin Clark. I'm hoping you can give us the personal touch, your reflections on his life and legacy as someone who is very close to him.
Thank you very, very much. It came as a brutal shock to me personally. Where does one begin to speak about a great legend like my father, Chief Edwin Clark? I got to know him almost three decades ago now, and I came to meet him as a fighter for our people. At the time I met him, he was much younger. He was fierce. He was somebody that I got to know and love. He was somebody that was brutally, as he said, frank, even when dealing with us, his people, and when dealing with ideas or what should be done and what should be said and what should not be said. He taught a lot of us a lot of things to do with the struggle. He's an admirable. You can't help but love him and admire him. But sometimes you can't help but also disagree when his diplomatic side and his unification side would come out, would show strongly when perhaps people like me who are younger than him were, when our blood was boiling. And being a lawyer as well, there were times that because of the law and because of who his ideas, he would definitely make sure that whether you liked it or not, sometimes that your blood cooled down. And then, of course, there were times that he allowed our blood, at least mine anyway, to be hot. He will be missed most dearly. This is a time, I mean, people like Daddy Clark, you don't ever think that they're going to die. And earlier on in your news item, you mentioned Sir Adebanjo. When I heard of Adebanjo's, Sir Adebanjo's death, I was worried. I was really worried, and I was worried for Daddy Clark. I was worried for him because I know how close they have become over the years, and I know how they think, and the positions that they took. And so when I heard of Adebanjo's death, as I said, I was worried. And so his the news that he had passed was unbelievable. It was almost like, no, it's not true. It's a mistake. It's a false news. But at the end of the day,
interestingly, they both lived
to be 96 years old.
They live very long and impactful lives. Allow me to jump in. A lot has been said about Edwin Clark, his strong position on resource control and restructuring, his impact on the Niger Delta region and Nigeria in general. But what challenges do exist, remain in the Niger Delta region? And I'm wondering how you think Edwin Clark's legacy will inspire future generations to address these issues.
I can assure you, from my part, I have called him a legend, and I'm happy that I got to refer to him as a legend to his face at a particular time in our long discussions. Periodically, we would have these discussions. Like when I would go into Abuja, I would definitely, even if it was only a night, I would definitely go and see him. He's left a legacy that we must step into, whether we like it or not. And some of us who have been favored, if you like, to get to know him so close as a father, we owe it to him to follow in his footsteps. And if you like, do better than him. I'm so heartbroken that he didn't get to see the victory, if you like, of the things that he had fought for: resource control, justice for our people, both political. When I say our people, I don't mean just the Ijaw people. I mean for the Niger Delta region. He is not. He's he's from the Delta State area, but anywhere where there was injustice, like the role he played recently and continued to play up till his last breath, the issues to do in River State, the political issues to do in River State. Look at how he came out fiercely to defend when it needed to be defended, the rights of the people and the rights of the governor, and condemn when things needed to be condemned. And that's the sort of man, that's the sort of father that the Ijaw people, the Niger Delta people, Nigerians would have to follow in. Definitely, we would have to follow in those footsteps. We owe it to him to follow in his footsteps, and as I said, to do better, to achieve. He's almost achieved it for us. And so, what we need to do is work and take the victory, and take what he has worked so hard for.
And I'm sure that Nigerians are really counting on that. They say the Iroquois are falling. We'll look forward to see those who will take their place. Thank you, Briggs. Thank you so much.
And the greatest Iroquois
for sharing
of the Iroquois, as I call him. Thank you so much.